Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are off on another adventure, and I'm trying to get down a wet driveway, and it's sketchy, to say the least. Whoa, I'm slipping and sliding a bit. Okay, we're all good. Oh. Okay, here we go. Whew. I was worried about that. Now, hello ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Wendy's channel, and if all goes well, that'll be Wendy behind me with Baxter. We're going to go and drop him off at his girlfriend's place, the dog sitter lady, and we are off on another adventure. Now this is all Wendy's idea, so let's hope it goes well. I'll just close that door to keep the noise out for you. So folks, instead of telling you where we're going while I'm riding along here, what I'll do is I'll teleport back to the studio and fill you in on all the details. So let's do that. Right, ladies and gentlemen, I've teleported back to the studio to show you what we're up to, rather than try and explain a picture's worth 1,000 words. So here we go. The blue dot's home. We're 50 kilometres or so inland from the coastline, and we're going to head west. But we're not going quite as far as Perth on this trip, although that will happen one day if we live long enough and you live long enough to watch us. But for now, we're going to do a little bit of Western New South Wales. Now this is all Wendy's idea. I had no input into this whatsoever, apart from maybe a little bit of route planning. So if this goes to absolute what rhymes with ship, we know who to blame. So we're going to travel west through Glennis. Now that's all high country and cold. It's over 1,000 metres up. There has been some, well, sub-zero temperatures, so below 32 Fahrenheit, I think, if you're Imperial. And then we're going to go through Glennis and then down a little bit onto the plains here to Inverell, and then across and down to a little place called Bingara for the first night, just there. And from Bingara there's a road that runs up through here to Moree. That's only a short run, so that's night one. I'm going to do 2 nights in Moree, and we believe there's a bit of weather coming through, so we could get a bit wet there, so that's why we're doing 2, so we can pack up on a dry morning. Then another bit of a long run from Moree. We're going to head through Collarenebri, almost down to Walgett, but turn off there and head up through Lightning Ridge. A lot of gemstones in Lightning Ridge apparently. I hope we find one. And then there's a little road across here to a place called Godooga, G-O-O-D-O-O-G-A. Why Wendy picked Godooga, you'll see when we get there. There's a free camp at Godooga, and we'll probably do a couple of nights there. Now we're going to be dodging weather all the way. There is some rain about, so we're going to try and sort of, well, miss most of it. Now it's cold weather too. Could be as low as 2-3 degrees at night, so a bit above 32 Fahrenheit. We'll see how we go. Now we may only get as far as Moree and come back because it's too cold, who knows. But if you see this, we've made it home and edited it and put it up. If you don't see this, we're under a Mack truck in a gully upside down, smouldering, who knows. Alright chaps, back to the bike. Okay, so we're back. Oh, that feels funny. The trailer feels like it's pushing the bike a lot. There is a lot of weight in it, admittedly, because we're going for an extended period if the weather holds. Close that door again. If the weather holds, we're going to be gone for, well, I don't know, 7 to 10 days. As you saw on the map, Godooga, it's a fair way out west. It's a according to Google Maps, about a 7.5 hour drive. Now, the way we go, it's going to be more like flipping 10 hours. But anyway, we're going to break it up into little sections and hopefully record bits and pieces. Obviously, we can't record it all because it's just going to take way too long. So we're just going to have to get the best bits of bits and pieces. Do a bit of camp recording, a little bit of drone footage hopefully. There is a likelihood of rain, but we're going to try and sort of skip around it the best we can. There's a very good chance we'll be coming home in the rain by the look of it, unless we just park somewhere for a few days and try and sort of get around it. Our forecast doesn't go far enough ahead to work all that out, nor does my brain. Anyway, chaps, we'll drop Baxter off and mosey on up the range. We're going to be going quite high in elevation, I think well over 1,000 metres, so it's going to get cool up there, and Wendy's bulked up to buggery in her winter gear, so yeah, it's going to get cold. The nights should be okay, we've got good sleeping bags, but look, we'll worry about all that later. Let's just get some miles under our belt and we'll film bits and pieces as we go and hopefully make something interesting for you to look at. Wendy's been in the wars lately. I'll let her tell the whole story, but she's had a bit of surgery, a bit of general anaesthetic, a free sandwich in the hospital. What more could you want? The sandwiches weren't bad. I had a bit of surgery a while ago, and yeah, the food was good. Anyway, chaps, we'll drop Baxter off and we'll get back to you a bit further down the road. Update, ladies and gentlemen, we are on the way up the range heading toward Glennis. Oh, look at that. I wish we were down there camping on the Man River. We will take you there one day. A really good camp spot. Oh yeah, look at that. Wow. Alright folks, here we go. We are starting the climb up the Gibraltar Range, up into the New England tablelands toward Glennis. And it's a balmy 16 odd degrees down here. Let's see what it is up the top. I'll try and get Wendy to come past me at some point and you can have a look at her skills riding the Ryker. She is so dressed up at the moment. I think she's got about 14 layers of clothes on because she didn't want to get cold. So she's sort of walking like the Michelin Man. Arms are sticking out the sides. Gibraltar Range National Park, Bellbird Gully. Ooh, there's a tight one. Potholes bloody everywhere too. Oh yeah, another bit of some bad news. The navigation gizmo did a poopy in its trousers. It's not working at all. Completely died. Well, no, it didn't die. The screen's there, but you just can't do anything with it. Is that wet or dark? Just dark. That's wet. See, that doesn't get any sun at all, so the moisture through the night that settles on the road there does not get to dry. At least on the Ryker, I know Wendy's not going to slide out on that sort of stuff. Whereas I'm a little bit worried on this old rocket with that trailer. But anyway, we'll see. I'm only going steady. All right. We'll get you back at the top maybe. Alright folks, we've made it to the top of the Gibraltar Range and we're up in the granite belt. The granite belt runs north-south, I think, along the dividing range. I guess. There's all the rocks up there. Just granite boulders everywhere. Wendy's still right behind me. There they are. All rounded granite boulders. A bit cooler. I will check the temperature in a sec. It is approximately 12.5 degrees. So it was 15.5 down the bottom, 16 when we left home. And I'll put that on the screen in Fahrenheit in the edit suite. So it's cooled off a little bit. I can feel it in my hands. I might have to turn my heated grips on soon. At least it's sunny. We had a very gloomy day yesterday and we sort of planned this trip to try and leave in the sunshine at least. It makes a big difference. It's all fully overcast and ugly. It would be a lot colder. Beautiful sunshine at the moment, so that's bloody great. Alright everybody, we've made it to Glennis safely and we've called into McDonald's to fuel up our bellies. I gave Wendy the option. We pulled over up at the lookout. I said, oh, you want to make lunch with our stuff or do you want to go to McDonald's? And she said McDonald's. Well, who might argue? And look, you got to spend it before you die, don't you? I don't think there's an ATM in hell, I'm not sure. All right. Lovely Glennis, very old town, very old looking town. But it's nice. Wendy's got a high beams on, and I don't mean, you know what I don't mean. I'll just stop here and... Your high beam's on. What? High beam. Yep. Alright, so we are now off toward Inverell, where we will fuel up the bikes, and I think that's about all we need. There's a little IGA store at Bingara. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Some have said Bingara, but I believe it's Bingara. So So there's an IG8 Binger, and we need to buy some sausages or something like that to cook up for tea. I've got the veggies on board. I cooked up some potato and carrots this morning. I've got some frozen peas, and I've got onion gravy, which is left over from the other night. I'm sure you want to know all that. And all we need to do is cook up some sausages or meat or something. Dinner's done. Well, I'll get you back on board when there's something interesting and or we arrive at Inverell. Whoops, I'm speeding. The temperature's 15 degrees, which is not too bad. I'll put that on the screen. You know what it is? It's double it and add 30, I believe. I don't know why I never thought of that earlier. I used to know that years ago, and for some reason it came back into my head. Whatever it says Celsius, you double it and add 30. I think that's correct. The wind farm blade. So if it's 15, you double it, that's 30, and you add 30, that's 60. So it's 60 degrees Celsius, folks. No, Fahrenheit. Twit. Wendy says she's got cold fingers coming up the range. She doesn't have these wind guards that I've got. They do work well. I might have to get her a set. Oh, also Ryker related news. I've ordered Wendy a windscreen from an Australian, well, I think it's an Australian distributor. I looked at the same thing that was on AliExpress. They looked identical, and the one at AliExpress was a lot cheaper, so I don't know whether it's a copy or not, but anyway, I bought the more expensive one hoping that it'll be good quality. But sadly it hasn't arrived in time to put it on for this trip. We'll see how that goes. We'll keep you updated and informed as to how good that is. And maybe some hand guards would be good for her. Probably heated hand grips too, I think. Alright, over and out, ladies and gentlemen. I'll talk to you somewhere down the road. Coming into Inverell. Now we've travelled some 67 kilometres from Glennis, west on the Gibraltar Highway, and that's about 40 miles. So we're coming into Inverell now. This is a quaint little town, I like it. We've been through it a number of times over the years, stayed here once I think. Caravan park back there on the left, and there's others along here as well. Some nice really old sort of cottagey houses, some newer stuff as well. It's a nice town. It's out sort of from Glennis, it's downhill to here. Glennis is high, and then this is sort of heading downhill a bit from Glennis, but we're still way higher than the ocean, I believe. And I can't tell you because my gizmo, my BMW Navigator 6, has packed up, so I can't tell you the elevation, but I will look it up and put it on the screen. We need to get fuel, and I'm guessing down here in the main street is about our best option. tidy little town, in my humble opinion. Courthouse, don't want to go there. Post office, no. And I reckon up here on the right will be some servos. I wonder how much this trailer is loading up the clutch. I certainly wouldn't want to take off on a steep hill, put it that way. I'd have to get a team of fellas starting to push me first. Don't know if there's a servo to the left, so I'm not taking a chance on that. We'll go up here. Ooh, look at that CB400, that's nice. Many years ago, before I met Wendy, so 40-ish years ago, more than 40 years ago, holy moly, I had a CB900F Bulldog. Looked a bit like that. Okay, I've got to get into that servo there. We're heading out of, that's nice, heading out of Inverell. Lovely town, gotta say. The truth has to be said. Lovely town. Alright, well, we'll keep on moseying along. Much of the same again. Another 60 odd kilometres to where we want to go. Alright guys, we'll catch you. Alright folks, we're set up. Only took, what, how long, Wendy?
Oh, not long.
You know, really probably 10, 15 to put the tent part up.
Oh, it didn't even take that long.
No.
We're not putting the awning or anything up because it's only for one night.
That's right.
So we'll just stay in there, and then when we're ready to go to bed, we'll fold the bed down.
Yeah.
So it's a big area in there at the moment.
We can show you that later if I remember to do it. And see the cover from the trailer is a really good cover for the Ryker. And my poor bike just stays out.
Hello.
I like your ride.
Thanks.
You. We like them too.
There we go, folks.
Your poor bike doesn't just stay out.
It just stays out in the sun and in the wilderness, and it's just neglected. And the Ryker gets everything. Ladies and gentlemen, we're walking into town to get some dinner or something to cook. This is Bingara. Oh, Wendy's nose. We're not allowed.
Folks, take this as a get off. Take this as a lesson.
We show you the nose. Hang on.
Take this as a lesson, folks. Do not go out in the sun.
Yeah.
This looks good compared to what it was 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
When it was done.
Now, there's an awesome bridge there. Some sort of girder block section. The bottoms are all like riveted, like old steam trains. And there's an old steam something or other there. Another little bridge here. This is a beautiful little caravan park, a little skate park there for the kids, parkland, come swings and yada yada. What a lovely little town. Wendy wanted to come here a long time ago, back before it got cold, but we never got round to it. This was the little surprise she wanted us to come to. There's a free camp or 3 further around on the Guida River. We're going to go and check them out tomorrow. But this is a lovely spot. Highly recommend you come and visit.
Population of about 1,000.
Population of 1,000, you say?
So we will contribute to the local IGA to help the economy in Bengal.
Yeah. Alright, I'll show you more as we find it. But so far, I'm very impressed. I highly...
It doesn't take much to impress Tom.
No, it doesn't take much to impress me at all. But
it's a nice, you're right, it's a nice little place.
Yeah. Alright, let's keep going. Mural, folks. Very good. Nice little main street, very quiet. What's real estate selling for?
Pretty dear for out here.
More than we can afford. Alright, we'll keep going. Does that show up? The old Roxy. Look at the building. There's a cafe there on the corner, Peter's Cafe. Very nice. Okay.
We go over that side.
Yeah, I want to go and film this old FJ. Okay, folks, over here, Bingara Motors. I dare say it's
Closed.
well, closed, properly closed. But out here is an old FJ. What year you reckon that'd be, Wendy?
1950 something.
50 something, yeah. A 50s FJ.
It's not quite closed.
Yeah, the rust is a little bit of a problem. Gosh, they're small now when you sort of look at them now, isn't it? It's tiny. Oh yeah, might have a bit of rust issues.
Yeah, I don't think it's a remote.
No, I don't think we could...
I don't think it'd do much with it.
no, we probably can't renovate it. Anyway, there we go. Now, the IGA, very comprehensive. We've got our dinner, sausages, and dessert. It's an old camper van. Anyway, we'll press on. But nice town, Bingara. Come and visit it, folks. Look at that, folks. The old riveted steel bridge. Bloody awesome. Wendy goes, what do you want to film that for? Look at the piers, all metal construction. That's awesome. Yeah. Man stuff. Oh, my shadow got fright.